Kyle says that never set right with Kyle. The podcasters are at fault for egging him on, because that's what happens in 2018. They come to visit. They're doing a podcast. It's like a serial. What is it, Kyle? What is it? Is it serial? What is the thing? What is the name of that show? The true crime show that everybody loves. There were these two podcasters doing like a serial type show. I think it's called Serial. And that they egg him on. They bring him the mask. Lori's evolution was interesting, but it felt like she wouldn't be that messed up after 40 years. No. If anything, Lori would have written a book like Sydney does in Scream 4. She would have gone on a book tour. She might have even been a minor celebrity. In fact, they would have made a movie. They would have made a made-for-TV movie. Yes, Kyle confirms it's called Serial. They would have done a made-for-TV movie about the Halloween murders with Laurie Strode 40 years later. In fact, let's rewrite it right now. Okay. In my Halloween 2014, this is really armchair screenwriting here, okay? Again, no disrespect to Danny McBride, no disrespect to David Gordon Green, and no disrespect to Blumhouse or Ryan Turk or any of those people. This is just a fanboy nerd rewriting the story the way that he would see it. I think we all do this as horror nerds. Okay. My take is to do what I just said with Scream 4 and Laurie Strode. So Laurie Strode, she survives the babysitter murders, right? She survives Halloween babysitter murders. That's what it's called. It's known as the Halloween babysitter murders. None of the other stuff happens. 40 years goes by. Laurie lives a very fruitful life as, this, true crime celebrity, if you could call it that, where she almost, and there's almost like a moral, ethical ambiguity to her profiting off of, what had happened to her and the real deaths of all people, all parties involved. What's the name of the next door kid? Tommy? Who's that? What's the little boy? He comes back. Paul Rudd plays him. I think his name is Tommy. He comes back as well, and he's just kind of like, he's also like a minor figure. They go on book tours together. She's written the true crime account of what happened to her, and that 40 years later, it is finally being turned into a movie set to be released on Halloween. Michael Myers was captured. He is in, it's same thing, same setup. He's in, but there's no podcasters. Instead, they're on TV, or somebody leaves a newspaper. Maybe one of the guards, they leave a newspaper in the cell with Michael Myers. It somehow falls out. He's in like the day room of the mental facility that he's in, and he reads about Laurie Strode, her acclaim, and the new movie that's coming out it's called The Halloween Murders, or The Halloween Babysitter Murders, something like that. And he's literally reading the paper, and he crumples it in his hands and rips it in two, and he goes and he escapes. He gets a new mask. Maybe he even, Laurie's now in Hollywood, right? So she's in Hollywood running around, and then maybe Michael Myers follows her and actually encounters William Shatner, the real William Shatner, cuts off his head, skins his face, and sort of does a Leatherface thing with the real William Shatner face and paints it white and goes out. So it's like it's just the way that Michael has aged for 40 years. So would the mask. So the mask isn't aged, because everybody knows, if you don't know, William Shatner, they used the William Shatner mask and painted it white for the Halloween mask. So the ghost of the face of Michael Myers is actually William Shatner as Captain James T. Kirk. Kind of funny. So he's running around Hollywood, slicing and dicing people with the face of William Shatner. They're doing the premiere. The Halloween premiere is happening. Laurie's there. So now what you have the Scream 2 movie within a movie stab thing going on. You have the book thing going on. And lastly, you have all the action take place, kind of like Last Action Hero. You know what I mean? Like where you have the movie Arnold meets the real Arnold in real life, something like that. And so the real Michael Myers is going around and slicing and dicing. And here's the thing. I think that it would not be considered aping or copying Scream, because Scream 2 happened so many years ago. If anything, people would go, "Oh, they took a page out of the Scream 2 book. That's great. That would work." Kyle says that sounds like Scream to a degree. Does Myers run into Jane Silent Bob? Ha 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 ha. Well, they would be. It would be in Hollywood. So in any case, the premiere is happening, and Laurie, the real life Laurie, has to face down Michael Myers. And the thing is, maybe she's written herself to be more badass than she was, and maybe she does suffer from PTSD. Once these dead bodies start piling up, they say that there's a possible serial killer on the loose. There's no connection that it's Michael Myers, but it amps up the buzz with the studio for the film. And finally, you get that epic showdown between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers in front of the silver screen as the movie is playing. Laurie sets the Chinese Man Theater on fire, because that's where it's happening. It's premiering at the Chinese Man Theater, which is that iconic theater in Hollywood. She sets it on fire. Everybody, it's just her and Michael inside. Everybody's vacated the theater minus the dead bodies. Tommy, the little boy next door, I forget what's his name, Kyle, the boy next door, he gets killed, of course, and that's what really, that's what sets off Laurie Strode's PTSD in this version, right? So she's not a Sarah Connor by any means, but she does have to face off against Michael, and it's kind of more of like the story of the hero who's taken all of the clout. Like, instead of, not that Final Girls, right. What is that? Yeah, Scream. Got it. S-Cream. Got it. Like that. I like that. That's good, Mr. Roach. Yes, Tommy. So that trope that you see in some films where it's like the hero, everybody thinks they're the hero, but really they're not much of a hero inside, and they have to prove that they're a hero, kind of like that trope. So that's what happens to Laurie, and that's how the movie concludes with, and there is no sequels. There's no Halloween Kills, and there's no Halloween Ends. That's it. It's just, that's how you end Halloween 4.0. And that's my personal version. If I ran the zoo, if you gave me the keys to the kingdom,